Hello, my friends, and welcome to my channel. It's Kate in the Nest, and yes, I'm back because it continues to be a rainy, drizzly weekend, and there's nothing um, more fun. And it's before lunchtime, so that's even a better time for me to stitch and chat with you, my friends. Now, I'm hoping that you are well, and whatever time of the day or night, or whenever you're watching this, that you feel happy with what you are doing and feeling creative and curious. Now, speaking of curiosities, I've just been speaking to the lovely Kiki K. It's not Kiki K, it's Kiki. um, I just saw that store the other day, and I thought, wow, she's got a store named after her. Um, in the US, and we have had a couple of delays in releasing our secret Swan Society details of our retreat, but it is about to happen. So thank you to all of those who have been so patient with us. And Kiki reminded me that she looks for little swans on near my stitching. So she like swans come to her, and I said literally, I've got three. I've got this one, this one that came back from India with me, and this beautiful one. Oh, that is the crystal. I think this is my grandmother's crystal that has. Oh, hello, Colette. That's your beautiful button flower in with the swans because it's so precious to me, and this beautiful swan doily that Juju bought back as a gift from Rachel for me in the market. So there we go. And Amal sent me some swans as well. So this is not about swans, but Secret Swan Society, our retreat in Sussex, Wisconsin, is literally about to be opened for deposits on my website, and that is in August this year. So sorry about that. I like to, you know me, stream of consciousness. Okay, what are we going to stitch today? I haven't shown you this piece, this work for a while because I haven't done a lot, but I have a block quilt coverlet on the go. It's a 9-piece, and it is this big. I can't remember how big these squares are because I do love working on that's 30 centimeters and 13, so 43 centimeters. I have my little, I just saw it. Oh yeah, what's this in? Oh, it's in inches. Oh yeah, these are about 16 by 16. Oh, I hurt myself. Anyway, at least we're starting off with a giggle and some fun, which is what my channel is about, just being with you. And yeah, and I thank you for your beautiful messages. Thank you and welcome to my new subbies. Everyone is welcome here. So I started with this blanket here, and I'm in various stages. This one hasn't been stitched down by the look. I did an invisible stitch it, but I've got my Sanderson rose. I haven't got very many of these left because I've been using them at workshops. This one has nothing on it, and who knows what direction it will end up going with its feature piece. And this one, this is the piece of bark cloth that Kristen gifted me for Christmas last year in 2024. So I chopped it all up. So that one's got something happening. This is a bare canvas, literally. This is, well, I suppose the feature of these are textiles that I bought back from India, but it is certainly not going to be limited to these textiles, but I'm loving the interplay. This is tiny cross stitch on this pale silk against the deeper silk, then some block print cotton and a Sanderson rose and some brocade. So a real eclectic mix, which is what I am. And I know I have been quite pale in my stitching lately, so I got up this morning and thought it's colourful day. Okay, so this piece, I have the bark cloth, I have a cross stitch embroidery. I think I got that from Beck and Sobe. I have a little bird here, can't really remember putting her on, and I've started to do some thread painting there. So what I brought down, just to start us thinking, I have this beautiful Cantha cotton that I used in my East meets West nest. I love the brightness. I've been working with this back on another piece, and I don't find those eye shapes at all easy to work on. So I'm thinking I might use little squares of the pink with the crimson and the interplay of this mauve and orange. So I've got that to play with. Basically it's patchwork, and now on top we're layering other textiles, and then on top we'll go thread painting, treasures and trims. That's the idea. Some sari, and I am finding I'm using this again. I've got all these pieces I keep telling you about, but they're very big, and I just can't fit them under my phone to share them with you. But the effectiveness of this little pop of crimson, it's like painterly. I'm loving that. So let's just harvest a few of those. So we've got 3 little pops of colour that I can either trim. What else did I bring? Oh, more of the same. This one. And then I've got some Western things in my pile as well. That's ruching naturally. So let's just tear away and look at that. This is my precious French. I think I'm going to save that. I'm just diving over here in the nest. That little off-cut might work. A little bit of texture. That big crocheted. So all these colours and all these little bits might end up having a place. Oh look, there's a swan. I'll use that. There's a bit I pulled off. I like that print. So what are we going to do? Let's have a look at a couple of these pieces. Oh look, I've just stood up and I just love that riot of colour already. Maybe let's put that one aside for a minute and look at this one, which is very pink at the moment and needs lifting. And one flower cannot be by itself. it needs to be in a garden. So how about we add some texture immediately up here. I'm just seeing this little rose there. Oh, it's so funny. I've embroidered this so many times now, and it always comes out so much darker. In what was I going to say? In real life. Oh, I need a little bit more lift, but I don't want to cover up all of that. So we'll just have a play. I feel like putting that there. And yeah, sometimes it just doesn't. Oh, actually, it does speak to me. I've got this lovely. This marigold. I didn't even realise that. Now that maybe it's more informed. That was just sitting beside me there. Let's just make some patches. And rather than squares, I like to use a few rectangles. See if we can just lighten this up a bit. Before we go too much further. Now I am standing up because you just get that better perspective. So I don't want to cover up big pieces of the embroidery, but we need a bit of pop. I was just going to say, do I need that green leaf? I don't think I do there. So let's harvest. Let's move that up so we see more of that, that flower. It's already better because we're bringing that floral out. Now these are tiny little bits that probably I'm not ready for because we've got that there. Maybe we can these are, as you probably can see, new fabrics for me. So who knows how it will all end up. And with this sort of collaging, I find it takes me a little bit of time to warm up. I love this little piece. Maybe it does go back on the other one because it's got this corner and a trim. Oh. Yeah, maybe up there. Tuck under. Bring this petal up and over. And look at that lovely fluffy bit. think I will colour change that centre of the flower. In fact, what about, yep, we transform this one. So it becomes a completely different floral on this work. I never, anyway, I was about to say I never truly liked that green in there, but who am I to judge a flower? Okay, that's a little bit of fun with that one. So why don't we just add a little bit to everything. It's that beautiful, just looking around what's on the nest. Oh, I brought this over, thinking still life and houses and bits. I think that can go on one of the others. I've piled up everything here. I've got that as well. That. Not quite yet. This might be a bit bright, but we're thinking that's to center. Maybe I'll keep them just layer upon layer, and then if something like that just happens, I will go back. Oh, here's another one that I've actually got an image on. Now, I don't know what has happened up here. It's like I stitched that down. Maybe I was going to ruche this. But if so, I need something there, which is opportunity. Nope. Starting to think about diagonals. It's a shame I would have liked that a little bit thicker, but we will, something binding will go on top of that. And you can see how bright white this is. I should have probably tea-dyed it first, but I can always go in and paint that. In a while. You can't see that bit. Just going to put that there for a moment. Got beautiful gifts and pieces. Right, which piece am I feeling the vibe on? Because you'll get dizzy with me going from one to another. I think let's work on this one for the moment. because we put some of that there. I'll actually get the needle out in a minute. We probably need green to lift it. What if this flower here becomes either part of this I think so. We go in here. So this is what we call nothing to lose. I could have made that neater before I started. Okay, let's stitch away and have a chat as we do it, and we'll make that better. All right, what are we going to stitch it down with? I feel like using this one. I forgot that I had Perlay because I didn't, anyway, you know, there's always a reason. All I have to remember is not to actually go down through the block that's sitting there underneath. Oh, I've got to tie a knot. All right, so we want to be efficient. A few creaks from the table. It's carrying so many things. We want to get the marigolds down. And the beautiful big floral. Get rid of the pins as we go. And if I want to thread paint right to the edge, I can always go over this little stitch. Just realised I forgot to check my iPhone storage before I started. so funny, you go for ages without having any problem, and then it just gets close to the top and it's forever on your mind. Okay, so we're here, and now it doesn't, well, it sort of can, I was going to say it doesn't matter, but while I'm here, I'm going to just put some thread painting over this lighter part. I was just thinking then about quite a number of you are new slow stitchers, and I never want to teach you the wrong thing. So as I always say, I'm not here to teach, I'm here to sort of show. And if you want to learn stitches and techniques, please go to the experts. I suppose mine is more about expressing, and it's because it's just me doing this. I feel like I'm expressing who I am through my slow stitching. And I think that can be freeing for some of us who, you know, I've been open and say I can't do straight lines. And, you know, often flowers don't look like flowers. But I feel safe and confident just to keep doing this, because I want to be able to say it's okay, we're doing it to express ourselves. Because I've just been chatting along, I'm ending up stitching in bright yellow this pink sari tulip shape. And that's what my heart was just, I think you just let your head go. Because we have to use our heads all the time. That's when we can, you know, bring those natural habits and systems to our stitching. And we might overthink and overplan. And I know that compared to me doing my embroidery on my floral pieces, where if you've listened, I need to do that and I love doing it, but I'm not as free as I am today. So what's the message there? There's a time for everything. And we're here to support each other. See, it's already making the pink pop out. Now will I go downwards here? I don't know yet, so let's just do some running stitch. That was not a nice one, so I don't like that. I was thinking too far ahead. Just bunch up over the top. And now we'll know that underneath there was a very big stitch. That's my buttons. So there we are. We just brought the yellow or gold of the marigolds into there a little bit more. Oh, 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 oh. What did I say I didn't want to do? Oh, no, it's a pin. It's this pin. Got all sorts of things under here, haven't I? See, I find this a little bit lacking in colour, but we will find the right spot for that and it will become just the right thing. Okay, so we've got that sari, we've got this. I'll ruche and probably put a layer over the top of that. I like this sort of project, hopefully to share, and you do too, because you'll never know what's coming next, because I don't know, and I can never get bored because there's so many blocks. Now, completely different pink and completely different green. And in some styles, we would say, oh, well, that we can't use that. But now that we've got our gouaches and our threads, we can change the colour. Yeah, and we don't want to totally get rid of the bird. The bird's head is a little bit buried. Let's bring it up a little bit. And that gives us the opportunity for another vine or branch to come around here. Plus we could pick a, it's looking very, very bright. You're probably saying, I don't like that, but we've got the opportunity to add some other colours in. I think this needs more contrast, so this is DMC. I do like this very, sorry, this wind's thread of the day. Oh, kicked something under the desk. Go up to the top of this. It's another pin. Just keeping you always with something colourful in your background today, instead of the boring and I'm just feeling so happy about playing in these colours. And you'll have your happy colours. So this is sort of a lemony part of the thread going over the wool. My videos have been taking so long to load the last few days, so that's another reason I'm going to try earlier. There, it's still school holidays here and rainy weekends, so rather than people being out, I think maybe interneting, Netflixing, gaming, I don't know, but certainly it has not been easy to shows you how much we take some things for granted. So I reminded myself of that. So this flower is getting incredibly thick now. And I'm going to take away some of this, a little bit of this fluoro down here and this little bit of dark. It makes the flower stick out more as well. Having such a good time. Thank you. Thank you for being my reason to just sit in my nest and play. I hope you're doing the same. Kiki showed me a photo of the snow. Now she's in Wisconsin, and I know that's up north, but yeah, she was over. I was gasping at the snow, and she was saying that she's already looking forward to March, I think it was, St. Patrick's Day. Is that right? Well, where's my top? Okay, there we are. It's still bright, but I've added some gold there. And before I go, let's see if we can. I feel like making these not it's a piece that's going to, it's I like the challenge. It's new colors, and as we interplay them, what pink do I need in there? even a brighter. I don't think I've ever used this thread. Will we have a go? No, it changes too much. Let's do this one. If I could find an end, which I can't. Too long. Put my needle somewhere. So we'll just try another one. And if I do disappear, it'll be just the memory being full. But I really don't want to leave you before I give this a try. Because sometimes we think this cut work has to stay exactly as it is, but you can get all sorts of different effects and enhance it and make it even more of a hero. Oh, helps to not encade. Gives you a chance to look at this beautiful stitching. I mean, people talk about using one strand of DMC. I'm in awe. And it just reminds us that everyone likes different things. Oh, that's pretty. And if you go from one side to another with the variegated, because sometimes it makes a stripe, which I don't mind either, but it just depends on the wool. Now I'll go back over to this side. I was just thinking about other projects that we're all working on, and isn't it wonderful? Because I thought, I don't want to stop, and I might change my project for the afternoon and a different one at night, and then I can make progress. Then I was thinking of the Hope Tote, and then that led me to think of the lovely Philippa from the UK. And I'm going to mention you specifically because you've been with me so long and so loyal, and Philippa has told me that she and her friend are coming to our Secret Swans workshop. And that just blows my mind that I'm here in Australia and good people are looking forward and bringing their Hope Totes with them. So thank you. I suppose I'm saying thank you to everyone. You don't need to do that. That's an extreme example, but it is just so, it just gives so much back to me. So thank you. To know that there are some people out there and indeed lots of people. That little beep hasn't sounded yet. So I'll go to the thread runs out, as I started off saying a year or so ago. I've also been reflecting on, you know, personal style and journey and evolution. And if you want to see an example, Fleur Woods had posted on Instagram recently her 10-year journey, and it was just amazing. She's featured works of, you know, what she was painting in 2016 and what she was stitching. And as always, she's the most beautiful person and so humble in her ability. But it was, for me, it was just a wonderful sharing of, you know, what we should expect and, you know, being kind to ourselves, whatever level or of experience or, what am I trying to say, skills, there's still somewhere next to go. And yeah, I just want to encourage you in return for you encouraging me over this YouTube journey. And hello, Joy. I did read your encouragement. Joy's been with me from the beginning as well. It is staggering. I'm not going to get this whole petal done, but I'll just do this bit here. Oh, there's a bird talking to you. I don't think she's colourful enough, to be honest. So that's another thing to start dreaming about. We can't see her enough. There we are. So, just as a little taster, there is, can you see? I can't see it there. So there's the cut work, and just adding that little texture is making her pop out a little bit more. So please ignore all the white. I can fussy cut that more. I'm going to bring out the vines. I'll paint it, who knows, but that's been a little bit of an adventure in the world of patchwork squares, 16 by 16. You can do anything you like with them, and it just adds to the joy of stitching. So I'm trying to get you a little bit of all sorts of bits to summarize what we've done. Okay, thank you as ever for joining me. I really appreciate it. Have a wonderful day. Please take care during the week, and I'll see you again soon, whenever that may be. Thank you so much. Bye.